Have you ever walked by your sink and been like, oh, what is that smell? And it turns out it's actually your drain or your garbage disposal. Well, in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to eliminate that odor using common household products. It's only going to take about 30 minutes just because you have to let it sit for a while, but it's super easy and effective. Stick around. Here is our subject of today's video, which is really about trust, because there's no way for you to smell how rank that smell is. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But it's probably not hard, because if you're watching this video, you likely have the same situation going on. And yes, you can buy a fresh disposal cleaner tablets. Those are available and on the market. They're not really expensive, but you can also do this using common products that you already have on hand. I can just tell that the audio for this video is going to be just top tier. It sounds like I'm in the sink, so bear with me. The method I'll be following today is actually one that I saw on a blog called The Kitchen, and you really need to pay attention to this one because it's pretty precise. But basically the first thing we'll be using is good old Arm & Hammer baking soda. Okay, now this is where you really need to follow me closely, because according to The Kitchen, we need to dump a good handful of baking soda into the drain. So get out your good handful measuring cup. I'm using a plastic spoon. We're just gonna put a copious amount down the drain. Literally something that costs money going down the drain. That's what you're witnessing here. Just a spoonful of baking soda. I was contemplating about doing a Mary Poppins spin-off, but I'll spare you. All right, I might do one more for good measure. Well, that's not very much. You can tell this is just a really precise thing that you have to do. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, following along with the blog post on the kitchen's website, we are going to let that sit for 15 minutes before we do anything else. So, 10:46, that's in the AM. I'll see you guys in another 15 minutes. All right, it's 11:01. 15 minutes later, it's been untouched, and we are ready for the next step. The article says to pour a quarter to a half cup of white vinegar down the drain, and that will basically have a reaction similar to those volcano experiments you did in elementary school. So I'm actually going to go with a smaller size. I'm going to do a quarter of a cup, and I also don't have any white vinegar on hand. I am going to substitute it for apple cider vinegar. I think it's the same principle, and I've actually done this before, so it does work. It just isn't exactly following the recipe, if you will. Why did I decide to use apple cider vinegar? Mainly because it's cheap, and I have a lot of it right now. I do have some white wine vinegar, which is not the same as white vinegar. It's kind of more expensive, and we use it primarily to make salad dressings, and I don't have as much, so I'm going with the apple cider vinegar. So quarter cup of apple cider vinegar down the drain. I'm sure that's picking up on camera, but you can hear the fizzy bubbling noise. We are going to let it sit for another 15 minutes and then we'll rinse. According to the article, this is good for about up to 6 weeks, I guess. But just to time stamp it, we are at 11:11. Yes, it took me a little bit to film that, but we will leave it for 15 minutes and then check back in. Okay, 11:26. We're back at the sink, and all we're going to do now is just rinse. Riveting stuff. And yeah, that should do it. So this video, like I said, it's more about trust than anything, and you just have to take my word for the difference. It smells so much better. In fact, it doesn't really smell. It did smell pretty strong of vinegar, but then after you wash it down the drain, it smells great. Because I mean, really what it's doing is it's cleaning out the inside of your garbage disposal. But yes, until technology gives us a proper smell-o-vision, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. This is a foolproof method, really effective. Okay guys, just wrapping up today's video. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the content. If you did, consider hitting that like button. And if you enjoyed this type of content, want to see more, please do consider subscribing as well to help my channel grow. That would be awesome and greatly appreciated. This is good, clean, fun product reviews and cleaning how-tos. Thanks for watching.